everybody. My name is Justin Gibson. I'm from the Rahway High School Jobs for America's Graduates Program based in New Jersey. And today we're at the National Student Leadership Academy with none other than.
Hi, everyone. My name is Janelle Duray, and I'm the president and CEO of Jobs for America's Graduates.
Yes, it was very nice to meet you again.
Nice to meet you.
I just have a couple questions for you today.
I'd be happy to answer
So
them.
starting off, how do you think JAG impacts not only the students, but the adults and officers that run the program?
I think that the adults who are doing this work each and every day because they believe in our young people, they believe in our mission to impact as many as possible. They are driven by something that is bigger than themselves. They believe in giving back. They believe in building the next generation of leaders. And that therefore, when they show up to work each and every day, it's this drive and this passion and this commitment. It's part of who we are. So I think that fills their cup, and it gives them purpose and meaning in their own life. So I think it's truly, even though our first name is Jobs, it's much more than a job.
Yeah.
It is truly a way of being for the officers and the adults who are in JAG each and every day.
That's amazing. I really love that answer. So NSLA has been amazing so far. This is day 4 of my first year. What takeaways do you think we should have from NSLA?
My hope to you is that I said this at the beginning of the conference too, is leadership is often misconstrued as a title, like president, vice president, officer, director, but leadership is truly a pathway, and I use the term purpose a lot. It is a purpose that we identify, what drives us, and helps us to realize our dreams and ambitions, but most importantly with others and through others. So there's a lot of different definitions out there for leadership. One of my favorite is leadership is about positively inspiring and impacting others to be the greatest versions of themselves. So I hope the young people who are leaving NSLA figure out what that purpose is that drives you to leadership, and make sure you're living it each and every day. It's so much more than a title.
Awesome. I definitely agree. I think NSLA has been a very key experience in my JAG career, knowing this is my first year in the program.
Yeah.
So I very much love it. And just one last question.
Sure.
I know you talked about your goal to have 1 million active JAG members by 2035. How do you plan for that goal to come true?
So one of the things that I've learned from one of my mentors and a former board member, he shared with me that the end is a trap. So if we only focus on that million goal, because we're currently at about 80,000 youth impacted annually, it can seem daunting and overbearing. And one thing about it is it's not going to be done through how we currently operate and how we currently reach students. So if we take that aside and we say, but we want to get to base camp, we want to get to that first 10%, and we figure out how we go from 90,000 served to maybe 200,000 served. We might see that through the alumni network, which we are really excited to establish, and it is driven because young people, like you have said, we don't want to let go. All of a sudden, we go from 90,000 and we maintain the 15,000 that are graduating this year. And we continue to work with them, and we continue to learn from them, and they become ambassadors and go out in their communities and talk about JAG. Well, they might develop chapters themselves. And as they go into college, they might develop chapters around JAG. And all of a sudden, we're seeing those numbers grow. And if we get to that first 10%, we might see the way that we get there is much different than how we currently experience JAG in the classroom. And then we can get to that next base camp and that next 10%. So that is how we're thinking about it, is we want to be agile. We want to learn with the young people themselves and hear how they want to continue to be impacted through alumni. We have opportunities to impact youth through our events. And of course, we're going to continue what we do in the classroom. So we're thinking about, we have an open mind in how we can get there. And I think if we maintain that, we could go well beyond the million.
Definitely. I 100% agree. I think your goal is very realistic and it's bound to happen. As a second-year program, this experience has meant a lot to us in our Rahway chapter. We're all learning and growing together. So the fact that the JAG board is so interactive with the students, I think gives it a more personal touch and personal experience to it. So I appreciate that very much. Yes, thank you.
So can I ask you a question?
Oh, of course.
If you could sum up this week in One word, what would it be?
In one word, I'd say powerful.
Okay.
I think through all the lunch-ons, even learning basic things like dining etiquette, and we're learning leadership skills, the 7 C's that we're learning about, connection, collaboration, etc. I think those are core life lessons that we're learning, and that's just going to help us in the future. This is not a basic, like, just class that you take at school. It's
Yeah.
something that prepares you, post-secondary. So I think it's very, very powerful this entire week.
Okay. Awesome. I love to hear that. Powering. Can I ask another question?
Of course.
What is something that you came here with, an idea that has been changed since you've been here?
I think personally for me, I'm the type of student where I just get things done
Okay.
on my own. So
Yeah, you
if
strike me as that.
something is assigned to me, I just get it done. But I think coming here, I've learned to listen more to others and work together as a team, because it's a lot of unity that's been promoted throughout these 4 days. So I think that's my key takeaway for everything.
You know, so many people don't learn that until so much later in life.
Yes.
You know, what's the phrase? You can go, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together.
Yeah.
Sounds like you learned it.
Absolutely, definitely.
Well,
yes.
thank you,
so
Justin.
much for having this interview with us. Again, I'm Justin Gibson. We're Rahway High School Jobs for America's graduates. And thank you for your time and watching.
Thank you.